But after 2 days of this, I sort of thought, you know what? If you, Laird, I'm going. Because surfing is not yoga with dolphins. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and waves are a limited resource. And if you want to catch some set waves, you better be hungry for it, and you better be willing to fight for it. Welcome back, or welcome to the Surf Mastery Podcast, the podcast that helps passionate, lifelong surfers to catch more waves, surf with more speed, style, and grace, and to gain wisdom and confidence in the water. I am your host, Michael Frampton, and in today's episode, we're going to learn how to deal with the aggressive surfer, the arrogant surfer, the take every wave surfer, the entitled surfer. We all know who this person is, the person that snakes everyone, drops in on everyone. They are everywhere. How do you deal with this? The first thing you got to remember is it takes two to tango. Every bully needs a willing victim. Let me tell you a story about how I dealt with the literal take every wave attitude of Laird Hamilton. I used to surf this novelty spot, an outside reef in Southern California, and every now and then I'd sort of cross paths with Laird. Always tried to be friendly and say hi. He would always just blank me. And then it got to a stage where he started surfing basically on my schedule. We'd almost paddle out together. At first, it was the same thing. I'd try and be friendly to Laird, and he would just completely ignore me and do his thing, take every wave. You know, he was on a stand-up foil, which was a wave-catching machine, and he himself is a bit of a wave-catching machine. His ability to be in tune with the best wave of the set was pretty admirable, but even when it was my turn, he'd always just come straight at me on his sup, on his stand-up foil. Having Laird Hamilton come straight at you on a foil sup is very intimidating. And the first couple of days, the first couple of surfs this happened, I sort of just backed down and, okay, yeah, take that wave, Laird. I'll catch the next wave of the set. But after 2 days of this, I sort of thought, you know what? If you, Laird, I'm going. And a set wave came through, and I wanted the biggest wave of the set. So did he. But he'd already just taken the biggest wave of the previous set. And I thought, you know what? It's my turn. I'm going to hold my ground. And same as before, he got in a little bit earlier than me, and he was pointed straight at me. But I put my blinkers on, and I caught the wave. He got scary close, but at the last second, he turned away from me, and he continued to surf the unbroken, the shoulder part of the wave, which you can do on a foil board. And I continued to surf my style of surfing, which was closer to the whitewater. And as we were paddling back, he said, "Hey, that was my wave." I stopped paddling and sat up on my board and looked him straight in the eye. And with calm confidence, I said, "No, it was my turn." And he immediately gave a cheeky smile and paddled off. As I joined him at the takeoff zone and sat up on my board, he said in this friendly voice, "Oh, is that a New Zealand accent? Which part of New Zealand are you from?" And from that moment on, we just chatted and swapped waves. As soon as I chose not to back down and to stand up for not necessarily my rights, but just general surf etiquette, of like, you know, we're both surfing, we're both capable and confident enough to be out here, we can just take turns. As soon as I did that and stood up for myself in a calm way, I instantly gained respect. And that is when he actually engaged with me. Experienced surfers, especially alpha surfers, will test you. They will intimidate you. But once you prove your skills and you show respect to the lineup etiquette and you conduct yourself with confidence, you will be respected. But if you back down and let yourself be intimidated and you essentially gift that person the waves, they will take more than their fair share. Now, that's an extreme example with Laird, but Laird's an extreme person, and he was being a twat. He was really pushing me and testing me. But I still, in the beginning, in the first 2 days when that was happening, I showed him respect. He's a better surfer than me. He's older than me. He probably surfed that spot more than me. But then when it came time, when push came to shove, I held my ground. But the principle here is that I matched Laird's energy and I was willing to face the conflict. Remember, it takes two people to tango. Every bully needs a willing victim. Another psychological principle here that is relevant not just in surfing, but in your everyday life, is that often these alpha males, or the extroverted person, however you want to label them, they actually connect through conflict, and they take advantage of those who are conflict avoidant. So if you're feeling any sort of domination or bullying happening in any part of your life, look that person in the eye and talk about it. Face them and dive into that conflict. You might be surprised is actually how you connect with them, because for them, that might be how they grow up. It might be normal for them. Conflict is a normal way of life. Conflict is how they engage with people, and they don't see it as conflict. That's just normal for them. If there's someone that you're having consistent problems with, someone that keeps snaking you, someone that keeps dropping in on you, you have to be willing to match their energy and enter some conflict with that person. Because surfing is not yoga with dolphins. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and waves are a limited resource. And if you want to catch some set waves, you better be hungry for it, and you better be willing to fight for it. There's certain people you should not confront. There are psychopaths out there. Ease into it, read the room, but if you are conflict avoidant, these surfers will run rings around you. So sometimes it's better just to go and surf somewhere else. So to round off, remember, if you are being bullied in the surf, that is because you are a willing victim. Side note, remember that my example with Laird was an extreme example because he is an extreme character, and it was a one-on-one situation at your local beach in a crowded lineup. It's going to be more of a slow burn over time. You have to ease your way into that, but there will be a point where you have to engage in conflict, because if you are conflict avoidant, you will never connect with those dominant surfers and you will never earn their respect. So for more surfing tips and information, please check out the back catalogue of this podcast. And of course, there are free PDFs on my website, and I do offer one-on-one surf coaching sessions online, and I specialize in teaching the average adult surfer. So go and check surfmastery.com for more of that. And remember to share this podcast with a friend. Until next time, keep surfing.